Please be seated. Welcome to the commencement of the class of 2014. I'm delighted to see that so many members of our community have come together to celebrate this very special event. My name is Daniel Brazier, and it is my privilege to serve as the president of this graduating class. First and foremost, I would like to welcome family, friends, faculty, Superintendent Dr. Hill, and the Wadsworth City Schools Board to our ceremony. These last 4 years have gone by faster than a ski mask-wearing man running across a soccer field. But our scholastic journey did not begin there. 12 years ago, when many of us were poised to embark on our careers as students, this nation was presented with the question, is our children learning? On this day, we can answer with confidence, yes, Mr. Bush, us children is indeed learned. We began our lives as students with no child left behind. We quickly learned that Iowa tests were not an examination of our knowledge of corn, and then halfway through, somebody decided that instead of not leaving anyone behind, we were instead starting a race to the top. This year, we learned that a Blizzard bag is not a menu item at Dairy Queen, and in fact tastes nothing like ice cream and a lot more like procrastination. However, amidst all the chaos between Columbus and Washington, one thing has remained consistent: the dedication of Wadsworth City Schools faculty. No child is left behind when teachers like Mrs. Farr come to study hall to make sure every single student, not just her own, understand their math homework. Students race to the top when teachers like Mr. Knapp let you eat away at their planning period just so you can talk about the logistics of early 11th century Mongolian migrations. Our common core here at Wadsworth is a powerful sense of community, the feeling that no matter who you are, this is a place you can belong. While we may live in a day and age where the standards for what we must know are constantly changing, for over a century, Wadsworth schools and community have always taught us the lessons we must learn. So, on behalf of the class of 2014, I would like to thank everyone who not only instructed us, but taught us the lessons that will distinguish us as Wadsworth High School alumni. Thank you.
Will the class of 2014 please stand? We are so very proud to call ourselves Grizzlies, and we look forward to joining the generations of proud graduates who received their diplomas from Wadsworth High School. We welcome all alumni who are sitting in the audience today. We hope your pride in your school and all its accomplishments continue to grow, just as we are proud of you. I now ask that all past graduates now stand and be recognized. At this time, we ask that all members of the audience now stand for the singing of our alma mater. The words are written by Miguel Williams from the class of 1936, and the music is composed by Gloria Lester from the class of 1933.
Thank you. Please be seated. The class of 2014 is fortunate to have two students recognized as salutatorian. They are Grace McCourt and Luke Swanson. At this time, I would please ask Grace to join me at the podium. Grace is a member of Huddle, Band, Key Club, National Honor Society. She is also a member of Girl Scouts, Youth Group, and Western Star Community Flute Choir. She is a National Merit Finalist and has received the Ashland Honors Scholarship as well as the Ashland President's Scholarship. Grace is planning on attending Ashland University and majoring in education with the hopes of becoming a math teacher. Joining Grace today are her parents, Katie and Mark McCourt, and at this time I would ask all of Grace's family to please stand and be recognized. As I present the salutatorian medallion to Grace, I would ask you to join me in honoring her with a round of applause. At this time, would Luke please join me at the podium? Luke is a member of Huddle, Stamp, and National Honor Society, where he is the vice president. He is also a member of Band, Soccer, and Student Council. Luke has been a scholar athlete, academic All-Ohioan, and a winner of the Larry Schaub Scholarship. He plans on attending the University of Cincinnati and majoring in biomedical engineering. Joining Luke today are his parents, Trish and Dave Swanson. And at this time, I would ask all of Luke's family to please stand and be recognized. As I present the salutatorian medallion to Luke, I would ask you again to join me in honoring him with a round of applause.
The class of 2014 is honored to have two students also recognized as valedictorians. They are Christopher Benson and Matthew DePiro. At this time, would Christopher please join me at the podium? Christopher is a member of National Honor Society, Speech and Debate, Math Club, International Club, and Band. He is a National Merit Finalist, AP Scholar with Distinction, Social Studies and French Student of the Year, and as a member of Speech and Debate, he is a National Qualifier, State Semifinalist, and Academic All-American. Chris plans on attending Carnegie Mellon University and major in physics. He plans on becoming a college professor. Joining Christo today are his parents, Amy and Michael Benson, and at this time I would ask all of Christopher's family to please stand and be recognized. And as I present the valedictorian medallion to Christopher, please join me in honoring him with a round of applause. At this time, I would ask Matthew DePiro to please join me at the podium. Matthew is a member of Huddle, Student Council, National Honor Society, and Speech and Debate. He's also a member of Golf, Soccer, and is the senior class treasurer/secretary. He's a national qualifier in Speech and Debate, Academic All-American, and Academic All-Ohio in Golf. Matthew plans on attending Miami University and major in Computer Science and Business. Joining Matthew today are his parents, Pamela and Michael DePiro, and at this time I would ask all of Matthew's family to please stand and be recognized. As I present the valedictorian medallion to Matthew, please join me in honoring him with a round of applause. Wadsworth City Schools continues to demonstrate excellence in all areas that we hold as high values and beliefs for student achievement and performance. As a AAA school district with high expectations, we take great pride in the areas of the academics, the arts, and in athletics. 3 seniors will speak to you in each of those areas. First is Christopher Benson on academics, second is Matthew DePiero on the arts, and third is Kara Powell on athletics.
Testing. Good afternoon. Academics, according to the long-dead Mr. Webster, are defined as of or relating to schools and education, which wasn't very helpful when I began to write the speech. But if we continue to definition 1.3.2, we find having no practical or useful importance. I found this humorous. Today, May 25th, is called Geek Pride Day, commemorating glorious 25th of May of Terry Pratchett's Discworld, Towel Day of Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and, of course, as you all know, the release of Star Wars Episode IV: A New Hope in 1977. A geek is either someone who is immensely fascinated by a narrow field of study, or a carnival performer who bites the heads off live chickens. I prefer the former, the latter seems rather unsanitary. Geeks celebrate, especially today, their individual interests and knowledge bases, whether it be Doctor Who, computer programming, or webcomics, even if they have no practical or useful importance. Indeed, it is the collective appreciation of particular subjects that has created the Internet's geek culture, where bizarrely deep knowledge about subjects such as Transformers or Pokemon is appreciated and encouraged. Somehow, over the past few decades, geeks have become cool. Or so I hope. And intelligence and education are in greater demand than ever. Education leads to lower unemployment, higher income, and increased happiness, as well as an increased willingness to volunteer and in other ways serve the community. For having no useful importance, academics are important to both the individual and society. Academics have another definition: good at studying or passing exams. I would say our class has done a fine job at that, continuing to take new advanced placement classes and tests and hopefully doing well, as well as having 5 National Merit finalists, a large National Honor Society chapter, and a successful speech and debate team. The number of people taking post-secondary classes or enrolling in career tech programs has also increased. However, there is always room for improvement, and I am pleased to see the Board of Education, the administration, the teachers, and other staff working hard to find new ways to improve the high school's achievement, such as the addition of advanced placement art next year. For that, I thank them. When you, my peers, have stepped off the stage and sit down with a tiny piece of paper in your hand, please take a minute to consider what it says. 12% of Americans do not receive high school diplomas. That little pamphlet you are going to get today says you have worked hard and earned the right to say that you have been educated. And no matter what your interests are, I encourage you to explore them. Thanks to the internet, you can learn practically anything for free. And if you ever need a community, there's one out there just waiting for you to walk in. Be a geek. I've been told we're in kind of high demand. It's scary to be on the precipice of a new age in life, but it's also exciting to leap over the edge with a parachute. I leave you with the astoundingly insightful words of Douglas Adams. Don't panic. Thank you.
All right, I promise I'll try to keep it brief. Friends, parents, teachers, coaches and administration, and of course my parents, thank all of you for in one way or another impacting my journey to this podium and allowing me to speak on this very important day. My name is Matt DePiero, and I'm here today to talk to you about fine arts. For those of you who don't quite get the irony in that statement, a brief explanation. Art is not exactly my forte. I play no musical instruments except maybe the recorder from 4th grade. I can't act, I can't sing, and I only just recently completed my first fine art credit over all 4 years of high school with Mr. Derrick in Art 1. A class that if I had not passed would have quite literally prevented me from graduating. Considering there are people standing here today that have over 10 fine art credits, you can see how I'm relatively lacking in my background of traditional arts here at Wadsworth High School. So please bear with me as a guy with almost no art experience to a crowd of over 1,000 people, most of whom just want to get their diplomas and go home to set up their cornhole brackets, attempts to speak to you today on the subject of fine arts. I'd be hard-pressed not to first acknowledge the absolutely amazing traditional fine art programs that, while I personally have not directly participated in, have certainly appreciated over my years in high school. It's no secret that our band, choir programs, visual arts students, and drama department are some of the best that any high school could ever hope to offer. These successes are made possible by the absolute dedication and passion by both talented students and devoted teachers, many of whom work behind the scenes and demand little to no recognition for these incredible accomplishments. It's hard not to feel inspired, hearing about dress rehearsals that go until most of us should be asleep, going to an art show and seeing the incredible end results of countless hours of work and creativity, or watching a concert fill an auditorium with music that could even leave Mr. Schmelzer Sr. inspired. Wadsworth has certainly created a name for itself with arts that we should all be proud of, but even more proud should be the artists and instructors that make these programs possible. Another organization that I am a part of, although maybe not necessarily considered a traditional fine art, is Speech and Debate. Considering 3 of your student speakers today and both valedictorians are all members of Speech and Debate, and also part of the over 7 that we are sending to nationals in Kansas City this summer, I don't think I'm being biased when I say Speech and Debate is one of the best kept secrets here at Wadsworth High School. I won't spend too long on Speech and Debate, but I just wanted to give recognition to a program that has impacted me and made me who I am today more so than anything else in my 4 years here at Wadsworth High School, as well as to the successes and prestige the program has brought to our wonderful school. High school is done, or at least it will be in about an hour, and as we all prepare to pack our bags, turn our backs on this building for the last time, and move on to the next stage of our lives, I'd like to briefly, in my last 30 seconds, attempt to conclude with some words of advice. I know Steve Jobs is a little bit cliche in modern terms, but his words still hold true. In speaking on how to be successful, Jobs says, you have to have a lot of passion for what you're doing, and the reason is because if you don't, it's so hard that you will simply give up as any rational person would. We have all seen people give up, see a challenge in front of them, and simply conclude that it isn't worth it. I know I have, and as Jobs says, any rational person would. We can't allow ourselves to be governed entirely by rational thinking, limited by simply not wanting to try. Class of 2014, find your passion, find something that inspires you, and stick with it. Only then can you achieve greatness. Stay hungry, stay foolish, and have a safe and fun graduation. Thank you.
You are probably expecting a 6'5", 200-pound state champion to represent the athletics. Yet before you is a 5'3", 110-pound girl with no state titles to show. I mean, look at me. I can hardly stand tall enough to reach the microphone. Wadsworth Athletics encompasses a wide variety of athletes, though. You have your big-name teams who go far. To only scratch the surface of this year's athletic success, our volleyball, boys swimming, girls basketball, wrestling, and baseball teams all claimed the Suburban League title. Our athletes worked hard to make it far in tournament play, too. Although these achievements are outstanding, you also have those who leave footprints in other ways. Many students from our graduating class have been involved with some sort of athletic team here at Wadsworth, yet not all of us have shiny trophies to show for our hard work. Instead, we're leaving with the hope that we made an impact on our teammates for our character and leadership. Running cross country for WHS truly changed my life for the better. I think it's safe to say that most people here probably hate running, so I understand your confusion of how I could possibly find enjoyment from a sport that is solely running. Cross country was so much more than just running for me, though. I learned valuable lessons that I will carry with me throughout the rest of my days, and I'm sure the other athletes from sports can relate. The first thing I learned was that nothing in life worth having will come easy. We all have put countless hours into our respective sports, and we've all had days we wish we could just be handed our goal. Cross-country practices can be grueling. When you mix speed with distance running, there's always bound to be pain. So many of us on the team have pushed ourselves to the point that our bodies physically won't let us keep going no matter how much we beg it to go. Yet, still, we lace up our spikes, pin on our racing bibs, and toe the starting line, time and time again, simply to have another chance at meeting our goal. It's hard, exhausting work, but then again, if it were easy, it wouldn't be worth the fight. Another thing I quickly learned was that attitude is everything. Our team hit hard on this, and I'm willing to bet that every other team here at Wadsworth did too. It's so easy to succumb to negativity, especially when things don't go your way. These past couple of seasons were especially rough for me because my body fell apart. Whenever I thought I was finally healed and ready to perform at my best, something else went wrong and I couldn't run the times that I was supposed to be hitting. However, God has a plan for everything, and injuries were simply part of that plan. I had to make a choice. I could give up and pout on the sideline, or I could keep running with a smile on my face. Choosing the latter was one of the best decisions I could have made. Many other athletes here have experienced disappointment and frustration, but we've chosen to keep a positive attitude, and by doing so, we've learned so much more than we ever would have if we had been perfectly healthy. Lastly, I learned the importance of teammates. They are the ones who see you disgustingly sweaty and gross each day, yet they still love you to pieces. We all have that moment when we think we can do it all on our own, but as soon as we start thinking that way, we quickly realize how completely false that is. As athletes, we rely on encouragement from others, especially those who know exactly what we're going through. There were times when I started a practice and I felt great and thought I could get through the whole thing by myself. A few miles later, I recognized that wasn't the case. Our teams include more than just our teammates and coaches, though. They include parents who give endless support. By a show of hands, how many have you been to a cross-country meet? I'll let you all in on a secret. Cross-country isn't the most popular sport, so most of these hands are those of parents. We rely on the support of parents to get us through each season, and I'm sure every other sport is just as blessed to have such an encouraging parent group. Another key member of our teams is our community. At many events, you can look around and spot residents of Wadsworth who simply enjoy being a part of the athletic support system. Not all communities are like that, so we're lucky to live in such a great city. Being part of a team is truly a blessing, and Wadsworth Athletics has reinforced the concept that we are never in it alone. Even though I'm not that big-name champion you are probably expecting, I represent another side to Wadsworth Athletics, the everyday athlete who simply finds joy in taking part in a sport. Athletics can sometimes get thrown under the bus and written off as just a bunch of jocks who are full of themselves. But that's not the case, though. Here at Wadsworth, it's deeper. Our athletic program is filled with genuine people who want to better themselves day in and day out. My coach, Michelle Farr, and the other coaches here truly make an impact on us athletes. Sports are more than just a game to us. They're a tool that teaches us that with hard work, discipline, and perseverance, anything is possible. I am proud to have been a WHS athlete, and I will carry the lessons I learned without me throughout my life. Thank you.
There are many members of the class of 2014 who have excelled academically. We will now recognize each based upon their final grade point standing. Seniors wearing a red cord symbolic of achieving a 3.2 through 3.49 grade point average, earning the distinction of cum laude, please stand to be recognized. Thank you, and be seated. Seniors wearing a silver cord, symbolic of achieving a 3.5 through 3.79 grade point average, earning the distinction of magna cum laude, please stand to be recognized. Thank you. And finally, seniors wearing a gold cord, symbolic of achieving a 3.8 through 4.0 grade point average, earning the designation of summa cum laude, please stand to be recognized. Thank you, and be seated.
At this time, would the class of 1964 please stand? We are honored that you are joining us today as you celebrate your 50th class reunion. As we look back, you graduated 243 students, and today we graduate 376. The class of 1964 had a record-holding year with the best record in football since 1953, and your basketball team posted a league-winning record and shared the league title in the Chippewa Conference. Your year was the first year for the Grizzly mascot, which started a tradition that we still hold today. Your homecoming tradition included a bonfire that was kicked off by the snake dance, and you decorated floats that were presented at the homecoming football game. Your musical was The King and I, and your play was The Diary of Anne Frank. You also had the highest amount of participants in choir since its inception. Dr. Rich became the new superintendent, just as Dr. Hill became our new superintendent this year. In 1964, gas prices were 25 cents a gallon, and the average income was $5,880. Martin Luther King Jr. was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, and President John F. Kennedy was assassinated your senior year. One of President Kennedy's more famous quotes was, "Let both sides seek to invoke the wonders of science instead of its terrors. Together, let us explore the stars, conquer the deserts, eradicate disease, tap the ocean depths, and encourage the arts and commerce." Your generation succeeded in accomplishing this, and let the graduating class of 2014 do the same. Again, we welcome your return for your 50th high school reunion. We are glad you are present as our honored guests today.
Wow, thank you, and great job, Chris, Matt, Dan, Kara, and Danielle for doing a wonderful job of speaking today. It's been a great day so far, and in just a few minutes, the moment we've been waiting for is upon us, as each of you will walk across the stage to get your high school diploma. Prior to that, I'd just like to share just a few brief thoughts about the class of 2014. First, I'd like to thank Dr. Hill and the Board of Education for allowing me to be the principal of this great class. I'm just completing my 22nd year in education, and every single one of them has been at the high school setting. I absolutely love dealing with high school students, and this class is a perfect example of why. I have said from the moment that I was hired as principal, and I will say it to anybody that will listen and hear me, is that we have the greatest high school in the state of Ohio because of our students, our staff, and our community. As a former math teacher, I'm going to let the math geek in me come out and give you a few statistics about the class of 2014. Class, people are going to ask you to change, and I want you to continue to be who you are. You are on a path for success, and while subtle changes will happen, please continue to strive for the excellence that many of you have already started achieving. Continue to strive academically, as 5 of you are National Merit finalists. 2 of you are National Merit Commended students. 40 of you are in the National Honor Society, and 183 of you are graduating with honors today. Continue to serve others. As a senior class, you raked over 250 yards for senior citizens in the fall, gave over 600 pints of blood to the American Red Cross, spent countless hours serving our elementary students in huddle, STAMP, and other mentoring programs. And 6% of you in front of us today are enlisting in the armed forces to serve our country. Thank you for that. Continue to try new things, as 81% of you will be attending a 2-year or 4-year college. An amazing 22% of you are will be the first member in your family to go to college. That is a great job. Continue to inspire and perform for others, as this class had an excellent athletic season. I'll be remiss to not include our girls' track Suburban League championship by winning several team and individual championships. This class has also performed on stage with outstanding plays, musicals, talent shows, choir performances, band shows, and speech and debate performances. And finally, class of 2014, continue to reach your goals, as today you are achieving the first goal that you set when you walked into high school 4 years ago. 376 of you, the second largest class of Wadsworth High School history, will be receiving your high school diplomas. Good luck, and remember, you are always welcome back at Wadsworth High School, and I will do whatever I can to assist you in continuing to be the person that you are. Thank you. At this time, I would ask Dr. Andrew Hill, our superintendent of Wadsworth City Schools, to please join me at the podium. Dr. Hill, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Wadsworth High School, as principal, it is my honor and pleasure to present to you the class of 2014.
To all alumni and guests here today, we are honored with your presence. Specifically, the class of 1964, we welcome you back home. It is our hope that 50 years from now, these same graduates will return to celebrate their reunion and relive the memories of their years in our school district. Class of 2014, life is a big journey full of many twists and turns. The formal portion of your journey that began in kindergarten 13 years ago comes to an end today as the next phase begins for you. Whether your journey will take you to college, a trade school, into the military, or workforce, you are now the one that will take over the lead and set your own course. Your world will be what you make of it. The possibilities are truly endless. In his book, The Radical Leap Re-Energized, Steve Farber talks about the joy of doing what you love in the service of people who love what you do. My hope for you is that you find love in what you choose. A true love for you will give you the energy you need to accomplish your tasks. On behalf of our Board of Education, I wish you the very best. Now, with our Board of Education present, at this time I officially accept from Mr. Moore this year's graduating class. To our board members, I can assure you that all students present today have met the graduation requirements set forth by the State of Ohio and you, the Board of Education, thus earning a high school diploma. Therefore, I make a final recommendation that you now award diplomas to the Wadsworth High School class of 2014. Thank you.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. In just a moment, I'll begin to read the 376 names of the class of 2014. I ask that you please refrain from individual clapping and yelling until the end of the commencement to ensure that each student's name is heard. Thank you. Daniel Patrick Brazier. Christopher M. Benson. Matthew Michael DePiro. Grace Ann McCourt. Luke David Swanson. Danielle Marie Edwards. Kara Reed Powell. Allison Ray Adams. Nathaniel Lee Adams. Cassie Adkins Travis. James Albright. Joshua Albright. Haley Elizabeth Alashusky. Joshua L. Allen. Jessica Claire Anderson. Kyle David Anderson. Lauren Marie Andrews. Adam J. Angle. Cassidy Susan Arve. Matthew Benjamin Barry Babyak. Theodore Bach. Janie Ryan Bailey. Troy Baker. Tyler Bayless. Keith W. Bannock. Matt Bannock. Sarah Michelle Barkley. Alexander Bradley Bates. Jeffrey Douglas Beatty. Haley Pearl Baxter. Andrea Nicole Beavers. Jacob Allen Beckler. Sarah Elizabeth Berger. Justin Blake. Ashton Taylor Blanton. Erica Denise Blanton. Michaela Claire Blom. Grace Mary Boland. Caleb James Book. Anna Kate Booth. Peyton Booth. Logan Elizabeth Boyer. Jacqueline Harley Boyert. Clayton Roy Brandenburg. Brittany Ann Brewer. Holly Christine Brillhart. Lauren Ashley Brown. Savannah Christine Brown. Emily Ann Buckingham. Kyler Earl Caldwell. Aiden Lafferty Campbell. Scott Reginald Campbell. Alex Thomas Carroll. Dominic Cart. Gabriel Carvalho. Graydon M. Casalanova. Mark Joseph Casalanova, Jr. Katie Case. Lauren Elizabeth Casey. Kirsten Jane Kastner. Arthur Castro. Hannah Sean Sentee. Molly Catherine Shamir. Coleman Edward Cheney. Garrett Clark. Haley Ann Kleckner. Brianna Eve Clendaniel. Luke Collins. Bailey Nicole Connard. Julia Marie Conley. Joseph Connor. Bailey Elizabeth Conrad. Jacob Adam Cornelius. Colin Lewis Courier. Sakai Robert Marshall Cox. Hannah Elise Craddock. Megan Eileen Creekmore. Justin Thomas Crooks. Colton Lee Shuda. Michael Tyler Cummins. Ryan Cummins. Carly Ann Cundiff. Samaya Rose Evans Brooks. Jonathan Kernut. Nicole Lee Curtis. Kelsey Danner. Brittany Nicole Davies. Riley W. Davis. Kaylee Nicole Deem. Dakota Dylan Lauder. Melanie Lynn Devon. Ilaria Maria DiBernardo. Haley Nicole Dietrich. Joe DiPolito. Jordan Nicole Depker. Quentin Nathaniel Douglas. Catherine Ann Doyle. Aaron Driss. Crystal Ann Dunkel. Caitlin Marie Dunkel. Jocelyn Elizabeth Earl. Joshua C. Eakers. James Ellinger, Jr. Caleb Michael Erbland. Tyler Erbs. Brandon L. Irvin. Taylor Lane Irwin. Lorena Escudero. Heather Falkowski. Barry Andrew Fernholz. Brooke Alyssa Fick. Lauren Marie Files. Derek Allen Philly. Keegan Bryce Finnegan. Max Carlin Finnerty. Kristen Nicole Frederick. Alyssa Marie Fusco. Alexander Owen Geckel. Amanda Ann Geckel. Charlene Louise Gay. Allison Marie Galick. Londa Lee Gamble. Bo Christian Garner. Trevor Jacob Garner. William Douglas Gerhart. Dimitri George Georgiadis. Stephen Paul Gilbert. Madison Marie Gilger. Devin Joseph Gilkerson. Caitlin Marie Green. Christopher John Green. Devin Alexandra Green. Jared Robin Greising. Emily Rose Gruza. Nicholas Gregory Gamir. Mariah Ramey Gunselman. Rebecca June Habig. Allison Marie Higgins. Roger Edmund Hakeem. Brittany Nicole Halstead. Kyle Chang Hang. Erica Lynn Hanchey. Erin Elizabeth Hardgrove. Corinne Nicole Harp. Danielle Delaney Harrison. Spencer Earl Harrod. Ronald George Hart. Ethan Patrick Harvey. Logan Don Harvey. Emily Rose Hawanchak. Joseph Robert Henry. Stephanie Ann Heron. Kevin Michael Herwarden. Tyler Nicholas Hevner. Marissa Lee Heyer. Joshua Lawrence Hillegas. Alice G. Ling Ho. Ashraf Hablos. Mina Aileen Hoffman. Samuel Alexander Holland. Colin M. Holliday. Austin Michael Holzheimer. Joseph David Hughes. Zachary Scott Humiston. Shannon Michelle Imber. Martise Jackson. Natalie Christine Jasinski. Keith David Johnson. Emily Nicole Johnson. Jacob Wayne Johnson. James George Johnson. Seth D. Johnston. Brooke Taylor Jones. Caroline Melissa Jones. James Leslie Jones III. Caleb Andrew Jones. Tanner Michael Jones. Kyle Philip Joseph. Paige Elizabeth Joy. Zachary Christopher Jung. Alec Peter Katseros. Caitlin Elizabeth Kuiper. Taylor Nicole Kellis. Daniel Christian Kelty. Jacob William Kennel. Regan Margaret Kilbride. Hannah Noel Camorney. Sierra Renee Coons. Courtney J. Kovacs. Mackenzie Christine Kovacs. Alexia Mercedes Kraft. Tyler James Kuntz. Sierra Nicole Kupiak. Michael Edward Kernot III. Molly Amanda Lamb. Jacob Irvin Lamp. Ryan Patrick Landoff. Logan John Lanson. Justin T. Lavoie. Andrew Michael Lachine. Lorne Joshua Lee. Joshua Daniel Leemaster. Hope Elizabeth Leonard. Caroline Rosemary Lewis. Noah Daniel Lisbon. Catherine Lauren Long. Kyle William Long. Richard Patrick Long. Ryan James Lucer. Lauren Alexandra Ludikoff. Samuel Andrew Magus. Nathan James Manley. Rachel Elizabeth Marin. Chandler John Martinez. Joshua Davidson Motter. Matthew Allen Motter. Alec Christian McCready. Douglas Joseph McCune. William Tecumseh McCune. Owen Nicholas McDevitt. Rachel Marie McIntyre. Benjamin Douglas McIntyre. Kate Elizabeth McKean. Colleen Michelle McLaughlin. Michael Sean Mercer. Katrina Elizabeth Merkel. Nicholas Anthony Messina. Zachary Charles Metz. Olivia Morgan Metzger. Jacob Michael Might. Brianna Elizabeth Militano. Jacob Lee Miller. Kelsey Lynn Mills. Logan Matthew Minor. Haley Dawn Mize. Kaylee Selena Mitchell. Sierra Michelle Moore. Jacob Todd Morello. Nathan Alexander Moscas. Zachary Quinton Mumma. Benjamin Joseph Murphy. Andrew Joseph Nardo. Hannah Irene Neff. Gabrielle Rose Neppinger. Alexandra Paige Nelson. Zachary Nelson. Joseph Clayton Nenadal. Lydia Marie Newcomer. Amanda Nicole Newhouse. Madeline May Nicholas. Jacob Everett Norman. Stephen James Nordstrom. Megan Elizabeth Novak. Melissa Nicole O'Brien. Molly Ann O'Brien. Erin Rachel Ogden. Courtney May Orth. Jonathan David Ott. Maria Catherine Pace, Samantha Lynn Patty. Courtney Marie Palange. Anthony Scott Palisak. Meredith Amanda Paparone. Anthony Michael Park. Nicholas Michael Pavick. Matthew Douglas Pavlak. Jeffrey David Pavlika. Rebecca Lynn Pellish. Nathaniel Charles Penrod. Eric Matthew Perebzak. Benjamin Robert Peters. Allison Michelle Pettit. Alex Michael Pito. Anna Catherine Phillips. Joseph Clark Phillips. Connor John Polk. Mariah Nicole Powers. Scott Patrick Powers. Kyle Richard Prunty. Jeremiah James Randolph. Ryan Joseph Ratajczak. Andrew Peter Reed. Gabriel William Reed. Hannah Marie Reiber. Amanda Kathleen Reinhardt. Grace Marie Rhodes. Autumn Marie Riggenbaugh. Tucker Ray Robinson. Hannah Marie Romick. Tyler James Rue. Eric Allen Ruff. Leah Lynn Runkle. Samantha Louise Ryan. Samantha Lily Grace Sanker. Alexandra Marie Santiago. Raquel Christie Saylor. Michael T. Sabore. Jordan C. Schley. Jeremy Schroeder. Karen Schultz. Megan Marie Schwartz. Madison Scobie. Katie Sears. Brianna J. Seeley Madden. Christian M. Seaman. Joshua M. Shankland. Blake O. Shed. Roosevelt Spencer Shelton III. Justin M. Shepler. Nathaniel Robert Sheridan. Connor John Sherrill. Daniel Robert Shivak. Daniel Ryan Sickles. Brianna Sigmund. Michael Wade Simon. Cole E. Skelly. Matthew Donald Slanta. Jesse Britton Slusher. Jessica Nicole Smith. Carrie Marie Spiker. Kimberly Jean Stafford. Jacob Stephen. Caitlin Ann Storad. Ellie Avis Surratt. Austin Tackett. Kendra R. Taylor. Rachel Lee Taylor. Vincent C. Teicher. Jeremy Colton Thompson. Olivia Grace Thompson. Thomas Thornton. Taya Dale Marie Tarosi. Jennifer Lynn Wren. Luis Velez. Gwendolyn M. Venezia. Stephen Mora Watson. Savannah Caroline Watts. Joshua Blake Weber. Kelsey Wenger. Ashley R. Wirtz. Christopher Nathan Wheeler. Joshua White. Lindsay Sue Whitehead. Austin Whitley. Andrew Whitlock. Brandon Whitlock. Logan J. Weesey. Tyler Wiley. Colin M. Williams. Hunter Williams. Lindsay Marie Williams. Brendan Winkleman. Nicholas Winkler. Brianna Taylor Wither Sword. Jamie C. Witchy. Nicholas James Wolf. Taylor B. Wyatt. Cassandra Rose Wyrick. Megan Elizabeth Wysocki. Cheyenne Yance. Courtney R. York. Gregory Scott Young. Megan Young. Blake A. Youngblood. Emily Marie Zeitz. Erin Christine Zeta.
Congratulations, class of 2014. I know we made you refrain from yell, but please, one more time, yell for the class of 2014. Congratulations. Before Class President Dan Brazier comes up to lead our class with the tassel ceremony, I would ask that our faculty please assist so that we can properly dismiss our graduates. The graduates will proceed through the north doors to the Commons to assemble one final time to throw their caps. Parents and honored guests, please do not stop the recessional for pictures, hugs, or handshakes. Let us get all the way out to the Commons, and then we'll have some pictures out there. Thank you for your cooperation with this request.
Graduates of the class of 2014, please rise. To signify that you are now a graduate of Wadsworth High School, please move your tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations.